Hi everybody, thank you for joining me today. This is Dina with the Love Divine Tarot, and I've got a reading for you today which I'm so excited about. I don't know how I came up with the idea for this reading. Probably just going crazy from being quarantined like everyone else. But somehow it came to me, and I could be really lofty and say, I got this from my guides. I got this calling to do this reading from my guides, and maybe I did, I don't know, but it just kind of popped up out of nowhere that I wanted to do a sort of fire and ice reading on relationships. So I wanted to do a pick a card where the pile that you choose will delve into what your significant person, what your special person, twin flame maybe, soulmate, divine partner, what they love about the relationship, what ignites their spirit about the relationship, and then what they don't love so much. Now, I have the urge here to be really dramatic and say the fire is what they love and the ice is what they hate. But as we know in divine partnerships, there's no hate. Everything is a learning experience. Every aspect of the relationship is there for a reason. So I'll be a little more mature and say, what are the challenges of the relationship for them? So yeah, but anyway, let me give you a really good look at the piles, and then we'll do a little breath work together. And I want to give you a really good look here just so you can kind of concentrate on them, meditate for a second. And what I'm going to ask you to do is breathe with me, in for a count of 4, hold for 3, and release for 4. And do that 3 times. And I apologize, guys, I got a new tripod, and I'm still kind of trying to figure it out. And I'm really not used to, have no experience making YouTube videos, so I really appreciate you bearing with me through my growing pains. So yeah, let's do our breathing while we concentrate on these cards. Okay, so I feel like by now most of us will have determined the pile that we're most drawn to, and that's what we'll work with. And I have a little bit of a secret to tell you guys. When I watch pick a card readings on YouTube, and believe me, I watch plenty, I actually usually watch all 3 or 4 piles, and I find that I get some kind of insight out of all of them. I don't know if I'm the only one or if everybody does that, but for me, it's almost like they all apply to me, or they all apply at different times. So I'm just telling you how I do it. And this reading is also timeless. I'm making this on, gosh, I don't even know what day it is. I think it's March 27th, I want to say. Yeah, I've lost track of the days. And but you can really watch this anytime, and I think it's going to have insight for you. And so, guys, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what's on each pile. A pentacle. Get that in camera. I finally got my nails painted, thank goodness. Tree of Life, pile 2. And the moon pendant. And you'll see I also have some crystals here. I have some buttons. I just threw everything on there. Clearly I'm going a bit mad, stir crazy. So yeah, but all right, guys, let's get started with pile 1. I'm so excited about this reading. I can't even tell you. I'm gonna move all the other ones out of the way. Probably should have figured out where I'm gonna put them before I started in with all this, but yeah. And I'll save these guys for later. It's pile 2. And all right, let's get ready to deep dive into pile 1, guys. All right, so got a rose quartz crystal on it, little button. It'd be nice if it was in the frame. And the pentacle, which actually is a wheel of the year as well. It's got some holidays signified there. So the first thing we're going to lay out, guys, is the fire. What do they love about the relationship? We have 4 of Cups, Ace of Cups, and the Chariot. Okay. All right, that's pretty straightforward already, what they love about the relationship. Four of Cups, this person had never really found satisfaction before you. They were always a little bit bored with life. The options that they had never felt quite right to them. They just were sort of going with it. The relationships that they've had in the past, that was what they knew, so they just went with it. But it was never the Ace of Cups. And that's what they've found with you. They consider you, even though they're not always the best at showing it, and they're not always the best at being consistent yet, but the Ace of Cups is what they consider you. You're end game for them. You're the one that they see themselves with, and that they see themselves ultimately finding fulfillment with. And I just want to tell you, if you hear random noises in the background, that's probably my cat. So sorry about him. He's definitely going to be here and wreaking havoc on us as we try to do this reading. But yeah, you took them from the Four of Cups to the Ace of Cups. See, she's kind of peering off into the water, and she hasn't found her cup yet. There's a cup being offered to her, but she's not in any hurry to take it. She's kind of just sitting there going like, okay, let's see, maybe something better will come along. And then it did, the Ace of Cups. Now we have a major arcana here, the Chariot, which I actually just covered in one of my tarot lessons the other day. The Chariot, you feel like their life has finally started. When they met you, they felt like, I can finally start my life. This is what I've been waiting for. Like, they really hold you in really, really high regard. Now, but it might not seem to you like they're moving forward with this Chariot quite as well as you'd like them to, or quite as quickly. So let's find out why. Let's do the ice part. And I'm going to associate each one of these with one of the cards here. Oh, okay. And 10 of Cups. Okay, so yeah, this is pretty clear to me. So the Queen of Pentacles with the Chariot, they feel like you're the Queen of Pentacles. You've got it all going on. You've got everything. You're very together. You're intimidating to them. They feel like you've got a lot going on in your life, that you're not going to mess with somebody who doesn't. That you're not going to mess with somebody who's not as successful yet as they would like to be, who's not as self-actualized as they'd like to be, who still has problems, is what they're thinking. I've got so many problems, is what I'm hearing. Why would she want to be with me? And that is so backed up because the King of Pentacles, literally the counterpart to the Queen of Pentacles, came out in reverse. He feels like he's not there yet to give you this Ace of Cups. He wants to be, but this is a guy with a lot of pride. I'm feeling a lot of maybe like Leo energy. Doesn't necessarily mean he's a Leo. He could just have Leo in his chart, or not even. He could just have the pride of a Leo. Goodness knows many of the divine masculines have plenty of pride that they don't always use to the best end. But yeah, so here he is, the King of Pentacles in reverse. He's like, I know I could be really successful. I know I could be that King of Pentacles for her, but just not there yet. I don't want to make the approach until he feels really strong, until he feels like, and it's not about you. He feels like you're already the ideal. You're already the Ace of Cups. You're already what kind of like, activated his life, is what I'm hearing. But he feels like he needs to be there in order to really get serious and move forward about this, in order to drive that Chariot to you. And then last thing to come out is the 10 of Cups. So 10 of Cups is the card of fulfillment, joy, happiness. We've got all these little imps running around with the moon smiling. So this is what he wants with you. 10 of Cups is just basically the relationship ideal. Like 10 of Cups is what he wants with you, but he's worried that he can't get there until he reverses this King of Pentacles and comes into his true divine masculine, where he can really give you what he thinks you deserve. So the ice in this relationship is insecurity. The fire is potential, and just what's happened so far. The fire is that he went from this boredom to, wow, I could really be in love. He didn't even believe in love before he met you. He was like, yeah, at best I'll be content. At best, maybe I'll meet somebody and we can stand each other. But he didn't realize that this Ace of Cups was possible. and he holds you in such esteem. He's like, all right, I gotta grow into this guy before I can get there with you. So every set is also going to have some oracle cards. So, and this is neither fire nor ice. These are just the general kind of vibe of the relationship, the description of the relationship. Enchantment. Yeah. So he was a very practical person before this. He had not experienced a lot of magic in his life. You know, he was very down to earth. This is what you do. You're born, you work, and you die kind of person. I mean, he wasn't miserable, but he wasn't like always going around talking about divine love or anything. He's certainly not. But you brought enchantment into his life. You brought the knowledge that there's something a little bit more. There's something more than what we experience every day. There's magic in the universe. Kind of hearing that Bruce Springsteen line from Thunder Road, have a little faith, there's magic in the night. Yeah, that's what, I just got a shiver. That's what I'm feeling from this. Like, you activated his life to things that he never could have understood before. So final card for pile 1, Snow White and her animal friends. You inspire trust and confidence. So yeah, I like that. So even though he's taking a little bit longer than he would like to be the King of Pentacles, believe me, he would love to come up to you and be like, baby, I've got this successful business. I'm about to sweep you off your feet. Let's go on vacation. Not now, but yeah, he would love to be able to do that. And it really bothers him and irks him that he can't do that right now. But he trusts that you're going to be there. He knows you're a quality person. He knows you're the mate for him. He knows that you're the person that he ultimately is his end game. So yeah, that's what this is. And you just make him feel like there's magic that he didn't know existed. A really nice vibe with this pile 1. The good potential here, and good relationship already. There's some, believe me, there's some reads I get that I'm like, whoa, I don't know, this looks like it's gonna be tough. But this one doesn't give me that feeling. This one gives me the feeling that that's a good relationship already, and it's got the potential to be even better. All right, guys, let us delve into pile 2. And I have a Facebook group, guys, which I'm going to be linking at the bottom. So I definitely would welcome you to join that. It's a really good group, very supportive, very cool people there who are evolved and always willing to help each other out and, you know, talk about love situations, twin flame soulmate situations, anything, or just kind of randomly talk about whatever. But it's a great group, and I'm going to link it at the bottom. You guys are more than welcome to join. And I will also be offering these readings on an individual basis, the fire and ice reading. If you would like one for yourself, then go ahead and join my group and just PM me about it and we will talk. All right, so what do we have here? The tree of life, basis of all life here. Root chakra rooted to the ground. That's how we ground our energy. The green button, which I think is very fitting for a tree. And a piece of citrine, which I guess this belongs over here in the fire side. All right, so what do we have? Oh, for some reason I have the ice side on top and I really wanted the fire. I don't know why I did that, so let's get the fire out. Oh my God, the lovers, of course. Ace of Pentacles. What? Ah, okay, so what brings the fire to him about you or her? I shouldn't assume that everybody watching this is female. I know a lot of people are, but not everybody. And I shouldn't be assuming that everybody who's female is asking about a him. So just ignore all my assumptions, guys. I really do think I'm going crazy from being quarantined. All right, so the lovers, you guys. This is one of the tarot cards that needs no introduction. And different things mean different cards mean different things to readers in their readings. And one card will tend to develop a more specific meaning as the reader goes on and on doing readings. And for me, the lovers typically indicates a relationship with a lot of sexuality, a lot of sexual passion. So yeah, he really wants you, or she really wants you. Somebody wants you. And yeah, the Lovers is just that kind of like exciting Romeo and Juliet kind of love. You excite them in every way, especially sex, girl or boy. Yeah, the Lovers is, you're very sexually exciting to this person. Now, it can indicate a third party, as I think is kind of illustrated really cutely in this card, that we've got like we've got these two staring at each other like love-struck puppies, and then we've got this other girl kind of like not as happy in the background. She's like, I thought he was mine. But I don't get that for this position. This is what is good, is fiery, is exciting about this relationship. So I don't read that third party meaning for this particular position. Ace of Pentacles. All right, so what's the difference between the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups? And people will say, well, cups are about love, pentacles are about money. This relationship makes this person feel powerful. This relationship makes your person feel like the man, whether they are male or female. This relationship makes them feel like they are succeeding at life. This is what, things are going right. This is how they saw their life going. And this is what they want out of life, is represented by your relationship. Like, you just really give them so much confidence. You actually help them clarify their life purpose a little bit, is what I just heard. You help them understand what their mission is and what they're supposed to do in this world. Like, being around you just makes them feel so dynamic, and like winner is what I keep hearing. Like, they feel like they're a winner when they're around you. And that's a really powerful feeling to be able to give somebody, because goodness knows we all have confidence problems sometimes. We all have insecurities. We all have times when we feel like, we're just not fulfilling our purpose. We feel like a loser, but you give this person that opposite energy of that. Like, they really feel like a winner around you. The Moon. They like that you're a little bit mysterious. You don't give it all up all at once, do you? They like it that you're a little bit mysterious to them. They don't know how you work your magic on them, but they're like, I don't need to know. As long as I feel like this, as long as I feel this good, I don't really care how she does it. I just love that she does it. And they kind of like that they don't know. And again, I say she, but this can apply to both genders, any kind of relationship. I don't want to just imply that this is only man, woman, and you're the woman. No. But yeah, this is, you're very mysterious to them, and they love it. I feel like you introduce this person to a lot of things that they're not familiar with. Like, maybe one of you is a little bit more worldly, one of you is a little bit more, I don't know, like, I don't want to say sophisticated to disparage anybody, but I think one of you has experienced a lot more. Could be a little bit of an age difference here too. And you introduce them to these things that they're not familiar with, but they're not threatened by it. In fact, they're enchanted by it. You, like I said, you just make them feel like a winner. And that is such a powerful energy. That's like such a powerful gift to be able to give somebody, I think, to make them feel like they're winning, they're doing something right. Okay, so what are the competing energies here? What are the energies that are not so ideal in the relationship right now? Okay. Yeah, these fit perfectly. Getting a lot of powerful cards here. Three major arcana already. So let me try to move everything into frame so we can all see these and how they work together. So I said it wasn't about a third party, did I? Seven of Cups, indecision, inability to make a decision, too many choices. I feel like there might be a third party involved here, or somebody that they feel an obligation to. I don't feel like this is somebody that they're terribly excited about or they're in love with, but it's somebody that they feel an obligation to, and they might very well have a child with them. And at the exact time I said they might very well have a child with them, I saw this little cup with the little child face in it. And so yeah, that's a very real possibility that there's a third party involved, and that's one issue that's getting in the way of the relationship. They haven't tied off that loose end yet. They want to, but they haven't done it yet. And until they do that, they're not going to be able to fully come to you as the divine masculine. they're thinking about it. They're trying to figure out how to do it. But right now they're a little bit stuck in this energy of, I don't know what to do. I've got so many choices. I want to do the right thing. I don't want to hurt anybody. But at the same time, they can easily distract themselves by just getting lost in the fantasy of you. They don't want to focus on the hard stuff and having to make a decision and hurting people's feelings. It's much easier just to say, but, oh, I could have this amazing life with her, my mysterious woman. Yeah, this is really supported by this card as well, the Five of Cups. Five of Cups is walking away from something and going to something better, leaving a situation that's not really working out for them, and also dwelling on the negative, dwelling on self-pity. Thing to remember about the Five of Cups is you see here 3 cups are spilled. I'll hold this up a little better for you to see. 3 cups are spilled. 2 were full of blood, just if we need to be a little bit more dramatic. 2 were filled with blood, 1 was filled with water, but 2 are still full. So this is not a situation where all is lost. This is a situation where somebody tends to dwell a little bit and worry a little bit about the negative, worry about, pity themselves. And again, I feel very strongly they like to go into fantasy to escape. Like, they have a lot of hard decisions to make, but they don't want to make them right now. But what they need to do to get to this Ace of Pentacles, the dude's got to kind of grow a pair, decide what to do, and then walk to this castle. And that's on the Divine Masculine to do. You can't rush this. You can't do anything to speed it up. You just got to wait until they grow into their energy, until they're ready. And hopefully you'll still be on board with this. All right, so here's the flip side of the way they see you. You're mysterious to them, and they also see you as the star. I really feel like they're just a little bit intimidated by something about you, that either you might be literally a star, you might be kind of known in the community, or, I almost said notorious. You might be kind of, in a way, almost like famous, but no, I don't want to say famous. I want to say just really well known and respected in the community. You might be somebody who gets a lot of accolades, that's known as just somebody who is just really well respected, is what I'm hearing. Also, the star is a time of calmness. It's a lucky, good omen. It's like the good times are rolling in. When a person is represented by the star, you're just this really calm, evolved person. And they see that and they're like, oh my God, I'm not there yet. I'm all over the place. I can't even make a choice. I pity myself. And then here's her who's like, got it all together. And this is really an energy. In some ways, this is really similar to pile 1, but that was more of a financial insecurity of the Divine Masculine, kind of thinking like, well, I'm not ready to fully come forward yet because I'm not where she is in life. I'm not where she is financially. This is more like, I'm not where she is mentally. Like, she's got it all together. She's calm. She's got a handle on life. And here I am brooding into the water. So yeah, he feels a little bit intimidated by that. And I feel like he's trying to make a decision about a third party as well, who I just heard is not making him very happy. Okay, so let's get some oracle cards, which will describe the energies between the two of you. These are neither fire nor ice. They're not positive, they're not negative, they're just neutral. But I wanted to draw a few oracles to describe the overall energy of the relationship. Autumn is my last chance. Please don't lose hope. Okay. So this pile, I feel like, is a little bit more challenging than pile 1. The problems are a little bit more deep-seated. They could involve some mental issues for the Divine Masculine, but this card's telling you, don't lose hope. You're still going to get a lot out of this relationship. This relationship is still divinely guided. It is meant to teach both of you a lot of lessons, and there's still a happy ending for you guys. There's still the lover's ending here, so don't lose hope on it. Feeling from all these relationships that everything is a little bit more delayed than people wanted it to be. Of course it is. I mean, the whole world is delayed right now, but don't lose hope. I mean, it's there. The energies are there. Everything you need is there. And last card from the Kitsune deck, the Awakening. Yeah. So you're going to see a good movement in the Divine Masculine. You're going to see an awakening. a getting out of this, getting out of this brooding, staring out at the sea, not knowing what to do, too many choices. He's going to grow up a little bit, and he's going to awaken, and he's going to be able to actually take his life in the direction that he really wants it to go in. He's going to stop shooting himself in the foot, is what I heard. So yeah, that's a good, it's challenging, a little bit of challenging energies there, but I still see really positive movement for pile 2. All right, guys. Yeah, I like those energies. It was a little bit more challenging, like I said, than I felt for pile 1, but still, I didn't feel anything there that I was like, oh no. All right, so let's move on to pile 3. I'm gonna just drop everything as I try to get it into frame. I've already dropped 2 things. Okay, guys, pile 3. Get it. It's the opposite of disarray. It's in disarray. Let's get it back into array. Okay, so pile 3, guys, was the moon pendant. Eventually I'll figure out how to get it into frame. The moon pendant. The smoky quartz. I love this because it doesn't even look solid. It looks kind of like a liquid blob. It's so smooth, but smoky quartz blob. And the rust color button. All right, let's get into the energies of pile 3. Guys, I think I said this before every pile, but if you are so inclined, please check out my Facebook group where we do more readings. I post my daily tarot lesson or card pull for the day, however you want to consume that. And also, we just kind of generally talk about love situations with a bunch of cool, very evolved people. And I'm going to be offering this reading privately if anybody is interested in that. I know a couple of you guys said you would be and asked me how to do it. So go ahead and join my Facebook group, which I will link below, and then just PM me and we'll talk about scheduling you a reading. All right, what are the positive energies here of our relationship? What is the fire that keeps us going? Interesting array here for some of these, for the positive position, for the fire position. So we got King of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, Page of sorry, I just blanked there. Page of Wands. Ooh, I love the Page of Wands. She looks so pretty. She's like got such a rainbow energy there. I love her. And I love that the pages in this deck are primarily portrayed by women, which I just think is really cool, because in a lot of the traditional decks they are portrayed by a male figure, but it can really represent either energy, as can any of the cards. All right, so let's talk about what makes him feel good, what draws him to this, and what keeps him coming back to this relationship. He feels like the man around you. This is very similar to one of the other piles. You make him feel like he is so successful. He's getting what he wants out of life. He loves to show you off, is what it is. Like, he feels like he done good with you. Like, look at this king here. He's like the horned god. He's just like, yeah. You make him feel like he's been a success in life, that he's done at least one thing right, and that's you. Like, he really feels good about having you in his life, and he feels like you're somebody he can be proud of, is what I'm hearing. Now, why the heck is the 10 of Swords here? Why is the 10 of Swords in the strengths of the relationship? I feel like because this is an energy that you've helped him transform. 10 of Swords is somebody who shoots themselves in the foot. They self-sabotage, they manifest bad things because they are very self-defeated. They like to dwell on all the... Have you ever met that person that you haven't seen them in a couple weeks, and when you do, they'll just regale you with all the terrible things that have happened to them in the past couple weeks, and it's always all these bad things, and they'll talk about it and talk about it and talk about it, and it just never ends. They always have bad things to talk about. I feel like that used to be him a little bit before you two were together, before you were in a relationship, that he would really dwell on the negative, and you're somebody who's helped him stop doing that. You're somebody who has helped him, like, you've really pulled him out, and now you make him feel like this. Now you make him feel like, yeah, everything, I could have everything. I could have, money, a successful household, a spouse that I'm really in love with. Like, you just make him feel like the man, like he can have it all. And he used to feel like a loser, and then you transformed that for him. Now, Page of Wands. Why is that here? Because, again, I feel like this should actually be here because this is the bridge between these two things. So he was a very self-defeated, self-sabotaging person. You came into his life here as the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is, if nothing else, exciting. An excited energy, somebody who inspires, somebody who just gets you excited about your life and your work and love and everything. You transformed him into this. So you really had a huge effect on this person's life. Even if you guys broke up tomorrow and you never saw each other again, which I certainly don't think is going to happen. I'm not implying that. But if that did happen, he will be forever transformed because of you. You will always be that person to him. Somebody said that to me the other day. You will always be that person. So yeah, you will always be that person. But I'm not foreseeing any breakup anytime soon. I think you guys are in each other's lives. Don't know if I feel like it's not as committed a relationship as you would like it to be. It's not as serious, but let's see why not. Okay. The Hanged Man. Justice. Wow, 3 major arcana for the conflicting energies in this relationship. Wow, guys, some serious stuff here. And this is from the Russian Tarot of St. Petersburg. This was a deck that I actually found out in my garage the other day, and I think I've had it for a good 20 years, and I forgot it was out there. And that's what quarantine does to you, I guess. You know, you can go find things in the garage that you didn't know you had. So yeah, and first of all, Hanged Man. Hanged Man energy is, he wants to get to this. He wants to have this life with you where he's the man, he's the puppy, he's providing everything, and you know, he'd get so much fulfillment out of that, but he doesn't quite know how to do it. He's a little bit stuck. He's a little bit stuck in indecision, and he's not quite sure how to get there. That's the energy I get from this. Don't feel like he's trying to decide between you and any third party. I just feel like he's not sure how to get fully to this, how to become fully realized. Well, now what is Justice here? Okay, so you inspired him. You inspired a big transformation in his life. Justice is reciprocity. Justice is him feeling, well, what can I do for her? What am I inspiring for her? Can I ever really return that favor? That's not something that he voices to you a lot, but that's something that he thinks about. He wants to feel like he's giving you just as much as you gave him. He wants to feel like he's doing his part for you as well. And he knows up until now, he's not been the best about that. He's not been, you know, really showing up as strongly as he could. And I think that's something that he's considering now is, how can I show up a little bit better for my partner? How can I just show up more consistently, you know, start being this King of Pentacles here? And yeah, this is something that's on his mind a lot. And like I said, everything's on hold right now. We're all the Hanged Man a little bit because, you know, we are literally, the world is on hold right now. All right, Ten of Swords. So he had this self-defeating energy. He had this anxiety that really ruled him in many ways. And this is how it was overcome, the strength that you gave him. You gave him so much strength. You showed him how strong he was, is what I'm hearing. And he will be forever grateful for that. And it's not really an opposing energy, but I see this as strength as an ongoing project for him. It's not something that like, okay, he had all this anxiety and then he was strong and he overcame it and now everything's great. You know, it doesn't work that way. He's still using his strength every day to kind of maintain this transformation that you've helped him make. He's still got to be strong. He's still got to work on it. And this is one thing that is, you know, it's a little bit difficult for him sometimes. It doesn't come super easily. So I just heard, have patience, have some patience with him because he is trying, but it does require strength. I mean, transformations don't happen overnight and they're very rarely effortless once they happen. He's still working on it is what I'm hearing. All right, so let's see some oracle cards and what came out here. Oh, you guys. Love conquers all. Enduring loyalty, eternal love, and lasting commitment. So let me clarify, the oracle cards that I'm pulling, they're not positive, they're not negative, they're not fire, they're not ice. They're just the overall energies of the relationship to sum up the pile that you chose. So pile 3, love conquers all. Like, this is just telling you, look, don't give up on this connection. Don't even get too impatient with it. And he might be trying a little bit. He might be testing a little bit when it feels like, he's still having to battle this every day. Things aren't moving as quickly as you want. Like, we're all kind of in a little bit of a stuck hanged man energy, like I said. But there's something good at the end of this tunnel. Love is going to conquer all here. Don't fret. Don't worry. You just manifest this end that you see right here that's already showing up. Okay, and Kindred Spirits is the other oracle card. I love this card so much. So yeah, Kindred Spirits just tells me that this relationship is divinely guided, you guys. You're supposed to be together. You're supposed to be in each other's lives. It reminds me a lot of the people who always come to, my group and other groups, and every tarot reader, I'm sure, has gotten this question if they deal with romance and soulmate readings. They get that question, is this person my twin flame? And that's not one I like to answer, because I think people assign too much meaning to that. They assign twin flame to mean the person I'm supposed to be with. And that's not what it means at all. It means somebody who's a catalyst, who's helping you grow in your life, who's helping you achieve everything you came here to achieve. And it's not necessarily the person you're going to end up with. And there's nothing wrong if you don't. That's not, you haven't failed. It's just not what you two decided. So Kindred Spirits, though, I feel like you two are absolutely meant to be in each other's lives. You are helping each other with so much. Your relationship is divinely guided. You guys, don't worry about it. And just remember this card. This is what you're manifesting. You got so many good signs here. You bring out this person's strength. You help them have strength. You transformed them from, the wreck of the Ten of Swords to the freaking King of Pentacles. Like, you transformed them from somebody who thought they were a total loser to somebody who feels like, a king now, which I love that. And they want to return this to you. They want to figure out, well, what can I do now for my queen? How can I return this favor? They hold you in such high regard, and they really do feel grateful to you. It's hard. I was talking to someone I was giving a reading to the other day, and we were talking about how people will often praise others and brag about others to complete strangers, and it's so hard for them to say those things to that person. It's so hard for them to say, like, I just really appreciate you, and I love that you do this, or I love when you do that, or I really love it when you do whatever good thing you're doing. Like, it's so hard for some reason just to tell that person that, how much they appreciate you and how much they're grateful to you. But that's really what he's feeling. He's grateful for you, and he wants to almost pay you back is what I'm feeling. All right, guys, so that is it for my fire and ice reading. I'm so proud of my setup here. I made my whole family come out and look at this. I'm like, look how cool this looks, you guys. They're like, yeah, it looks great. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. I really, really did. Please come on over to the Love Divine. I have an Instagram as well, which I will link below, and you guys can always hit me up. I think I'm going to be offering probably some reading specials this week, just because I'm completely getting bored and my schedule is not entirely full for readings yet. So probably